Hi everybody, welcome to Music Moves for Piano Book 3, Unit 3B. Today we're going to finish all the things that we have left in Unit 3. So we're going to start with triple meter and we're going to move and sing the triple meter song. Bum, ba, bum, sing with me. Triple now feel as we're moving in 3. Moving in 3, moving in 3. Triple now feel as we're moving in 3. Move now in triple with me. And chant macro beats on do. Do, do, do. Micro beats. Do-da-dee, 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 do-da-dee. I chant macro beats, you chant micro beats. Do, do, do. Switch. Do-da-dee, 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 do-da-dee. Echo me, please. Do-da-dee, do, do-da-da-dee, do. Do-da-dee, do-da-da-dee, do-da-da-dee, do. Do-ta-da-dee, do-da-dee, do-da-dee-ta-do. Do-da-dee, do-da-dee, do-da-da-dee-ta-do. I'll chant a pattern, you chant your own. Do-da-dee, do, do-da-da-dee, do. Do-ta-da-dee, do-da-dee, do-ta-da-dee, do. Do-da-dee, do-da-dee, ta-do-da-dee, ta-do. Do, do, do-ta-da-ta-dee, do. I'm going to sing Leaves Are Falling. La, mi, do, la, si, la. Go ahead and echo the resting tone, please. La, la. Go ahead and move your body like you're a monkey swinging from a tree. Every time I stop singing, freeze and sing la. Ba 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 bum, ba 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 bum, ba 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 bum, ba ba bum. La. Ba 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 bum, ba 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 bum. La. Ba 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 bum, ba ba bum. La. We're going to do some tonal patterns in minor. Again, I'm trying to give you lots of practice, so there are lots of patterns. If you're starting to lose concentration, just fast forward and continue on with the unit and come back to these patterns later. Say if you get through the first half of them, come back and do the second half. You can come back and review these later in the week, couple of weeks as you're looking at this unit, and you can listen to the pattern CD. So, for today. La, mi, do, la, si, la. We're continuing to work on our subdominant minor chord. Re, fa, la. So here we go. 2 patterns at a time. Re, fa, la, si, mi, ti. Re, fa, la, si, mi, ti. La, fa, re, mi, si, ti. La, fa, re, mi, si, ti. Re, la, fa, mi, si, mi. Re, la, fa, mi, si, mi. La, re, fa, mi, si, ti. La, re, fa, mi, si, ti. That's the first half. If you need to stop here and come back later, you can come back here. Fa, we're going to go ahead and go to the keyboard and do some keyboard geography and techniques. So get yourself set up. Sit nice and tall. So we're going to start by looking at Unit 3 in your book 3. And we're looking at the keyboard skills that are later on in this unit. So we did the piece last time, we did Mexican dance. Now if you turn to the next page, that's page 11, that's the first of our 2 pages for this unit. So we're looking at the tonic, subdominant tonic, melodic cadence, and arpeggios, when G is Do and E is La. So we've done tonic, dominant, tonic, melodic cadences for a long time now. We've done them since about halfway through book 1. So instead of tonic, so, ti, so, fa, re, ti, 2 dominant chords, do, re, do. If you look at page 11, we're going to go tonic, subdominant tonic. Looks like this. Now, notice there are no arrows. So you can choose which direction we're going to go. What we're going to do is certainly move one direction on one chord, the other direction on the next chord, just to make it easier to sing. So here is a way that you could do this melodic cadence. Tonic. There we go. Do, re, so, subdominant. La, fa, do. Tonic. Do, re, so. And you can sing do again. Do. So we could do it that way. That means we're going up on the tonic chord, down on the subdominant chord, and back up on the tonic chord. What am I doing over here? I don't know. Notice there are 2 possible fingerings in your right hand. So decide which one you want to use. Go ahead and try them both. With the first fingering, your hand is going to be opening up for that subdominant chord. With the second fingering, your hand is already prepared, but only do that second fingering if your hand is large enough that that fingering is comfortable. So for my hand, that's pretty comfortable in my hand. If that's a stretch for you, then I would do the first fingering. Okay, so let's go ahead and try. I'd like you to sing this with me, and then I'd like you to try it in each hand. So you can sing, I'm going to play and sing. Just sing. Do, do, mi, so, la, fa, do, do, mi, so, do. Now, go ahead and pick one hand or the other hand, and then let's try this. So we're going to play the tonic and then pause, subdominant, pause, tonic. Here we go. Tonic, do, mi, so, subdominant, la, fa, do, tonic, do, mi, so, do. Now let's do the same thing in this hand, or this hand if you already did your left hand. Tonic, do, mi, so, subdominant, la, fa, do, tonic, do, mi, so, do. So what I'd like for you to do for the melodic cadence this week is play it in each hand. Just those first 2 things. You can try other things, but I prefer that you just become very comfortable with this. Also, it says sing syllables as a separate thing. I'd like for you to try singing the syllables while you're not playing, and then we'll try putting the 2 together later. For the arpeggios, remember our tonic, dominant tonic arpeggios were like this. And so that was do, do, so, do. So this one, again, we're going to do 2 tonic chords. Do, do, fa, do. It's a cool sound. Love that. tonic to subdominant movement. So let's go ahead and just find these two chords. Now, you can go down for the subdominant, or you can go up for the subdominant. I'd say whichever direction you've been going for dominant, go the same direction for subdominant. Does that make sense? So if you were going down for our dominant one, go down for the subdominant one, because in a little while we're going to play 1, 4, 5, 1. That will sound like this. Here's a sneak peek. Do, fa, so, do. Ooh. So just get used to that. Whichever direction you've been moving for dominant, up or down, move the same direction for subdominant. If it's not been consistent, then it doesn't matter. If you go up one time, down another, it's okay. We sing in different directions depending on where that falls in our voices, but figure out how you want to play it. So what I'd like you to do this time is just play separated and start to sing the roots, not while you play, but just play the roots and sing those. Do, do, fa, do. For G major, we're going to go down for fa. You could go up for fa as well. Do, do, fa, do. So if that's easier, try that. Okay, that's those. Go ahead and stop if you've not already paused and practice everything on page 11. And then when you turn the page, we do all that same stuff in our relative minor. G, do, la, si, do, la. So now we're going to play all that stuff in E minor. So for our tonic, subdominant tonic melodic cadence, it sounds like this. La, do, mi, fa, re, la, la, do, mi, la. Go ahead and sing that with me. I'll sing one chord and then I'd like for you to sing it back. La, do, mi, la, do, mi, fa, re, la, fa, re, la, la, do, mi, la, la, do, mi, la. Now let's sing the whole thing together. Starting on la. If that's too difficult, you can just listen. That's totally fine. Sing if you can. La, do, mi, fa, re, la, la, do, mi, la. So practice singing that by itself. If you're having trouble hearing it, having trouble audiating, then play it first and then sing. La, do, so you can do it that way. And I'd like you this week for this melodic cadence to go ahead and play that in each hand. So go ahead and stop and practice that. And then looking at the arpeggios, probably when we get to the point of singing, we're going to sing up for re. So, la, la, re, la. I personally like to play down for the dominant and the subdominant chords, but I would sing up in this key, just because that gets really low. La, la, re, la. That's pretty low, so sing up. So go ahead and just sing with me those roots, and then I'd like for you to play it just separated. You don't have to sing while you play. I'm just getting you used to what that sounds like. So listen once. La, la, re, la. Go ahead and sing with me. La, la, re, la. So this week, or this unit, portion of this unit, I'd like you to work on just separated. Work on those two hands. Okay, so there are those keyboard skills. Go ahead and stop and practice those arpeggios. And then we're going to look back at page 9. We always have some more keyboard skills over here. Remember that in Unit 3A, we did these keyboard skills, the pentascales and intervals, but we did not do these keyboard skills, the articulation symbols. So take a look at this. We're starting to delve as part of this unit, this series in a structured way into notation. So we're thinking about what that looks like. That's music notes on a page and the other stuff that comes with it. So a dot placed above or below a music note represents a separated sound. The name of the symbol is staccato. And here's what it looks like. In the parentheses, you don't put the parentheses around it, it's just a dot. A curved line placed above or below two or more different music notes represents a connected sound. The name of the symbol is a slur. The name that represents an accented sound is placed above or below a music note. The name of the symbol is an accent. And accented, what that means is with more emphasis or louder. It doesn't mean like you're talking in a British accent or an Italian accent, something like that. So it means that it's louder or has more emphasis. So what I'd like for you to do is to get out a piece of paper and to practice drawing those three symbols. So I'm going to grab some paper because I want you to see what these would look like if they're handwritten. So here's my wonderful drawing surface here. Just draw a couple of staccato dots. Then we have a couple of slurs. They look kind of like smiles or frowns, depending on which way they're going, eyebrows maybe. And then some accents. Looks like one of those side arrow keys. So these are staccato dots. You could totally make a smiley face with staccato dots and slurs. Here are some slurs, and here are accents. So practice drawing these, naming them. So say staccato, slur, accent, and then also thinking about what they mean. Staccato, separated. Slur, connected. Accent, louder. And once you've done that, so please stop now, stop the video and do those things. Go ahead and draw them, practice saying their names. Then I'd like for you to play a pentascale. This is tying in from last time, 3 times using each of the 3 articulation symbols that we just did. These are called articulations or articulation symbols. So we're going to pick, I'm going to pick E major pentascale. E is an egg. So go ahead and take your time, find the E major pentascale. Remember that's the first 5 notes of any scale. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, fa, mi, re, do, when we're in major. So we're going to play that E major pentascale staccato. Hello. So let's go ahead, if you can, play it with me. If not, pause afterward. So separated staccato. Also, that was kind of the arm drop staccato, arm drop separated style. You can also do the leaping off of a trampoline or leaping on a trampoline with a little finger spring. So try that. Then we're going to play that same pentascale connected with a slur. A slur. And then we're going to play it a 3rd time with accents. So again, this does not mean that it's going to sound Italian all of a sudden. You have some emphasis on every note. And you could do this a couple of different ways. Actually, you could do it kind of similarly to the way that we do separated style. You can have a big arm drop on each note, which is supported by lots of energy in your fingertips, or you can have some big energy, like you're trying to spring more on a trampoline. Keeping all the rest of this very loose and free and gentle. So go ahead and take some pentascales and practice them staccato, with a slur, and with an accent. So go ahead and do that. And let me check. Did I miss anything over here? Ah, yes. When we look over here at the left side, keyboard geography and technique, learn the tonic, subdominant, tonic, melodic cadence, and arpeggios when G is do and E is la. We just did that. 3, locate all the piano keys by letter name. So we're just going to keep on reviewing this. So here's your quiz. Oh no, another quiz. Don't worry. There's no problem if you have trouble with any of it. Okay, so I'm going to say a letter name. I'd like for you to find this key as quickly as you can without panicking. G, F, D, B, A, C, B flat, E flat, C flat. Remember, that's a white key. F flat, G flat, D sharp, F sharp, B sharp, G sharp, C sharp, G double sharp. So take G, go over 2 keys. C double sharp, F double sharp, E double sharp, G double flat, so 2 keys the other direction. Looks like an F. E double flat, B double flat, F double flat. Keep working on those. Remember, you're working on the letter names and the sharps and the flats and the double sharps and the double flats. So keep working on all of those. All right, moving on from these, we're going to look at some improvisation. So if you look over here on the left side of the page, exploration, creativity, improvisation, we're looking at number 2. Improvise 2 ideas that use separated, connected, and accented sounds. Hey, use random piano keys. Plan the meter and rhythm patterns. Move at 1 speed. So decide before you start the meter and your rhythm patterns. So I'm going to choose triple meter, and my rhythm pattern will be do da da dee, do da dee, do da 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 dee, do. Now, use random piano keys, and I'm going to play accented. Okay, now I'm going to play another idea. I'm going to plan my meter, duple meter. Kind of a slow-ish duple. Do, day, do, ta, ta, do, day, do. I'm going to use connected sounds. So any keys, you're not worried about what keys you're using. Plan your meter, your rhythm pattern, and separated, connected, or accented articulations. So please go ahead and do some improvs there. And then, so we've always had a rhythm pattern in every unit. If you remember, in Unit 2, we started to do more stuff with that rhythm pattern. So you improvised on the rhythm pattern using the tonic chord in C major. Then I improvised it on the supertonic chord, the 2 chord, twice, and then you improvised on the tonic chord. So it was 1, 2, 2, 1. Do, mi, so, re, fa, la, so, mi, do, mi, so. So now, here's what we're going to do this time. We're going to do the same thing one more time. I have gotten a unit ahead of myself. So we're doing the same thing this week, but in triple meter. So you're going to improvise a melody. We're going to be in G major. So go ahead and play your tonic, dominant tonic, melodic cadence. Now you're going to play something with the rhythm pattern using the tonic chord. Do, mi, so. Any or all of the 3 tones. I'm going to answer you using the same rhythm pattern and the 2 chord. I'm going to do that 2 times, and then you're going to end on do, mi, so. Okay. We're in triple meter. Do, da, dee, do, echo me please. Dee, do, da, dee, do, da, dee, do, da, dee, do. Dee, do, da, dee, do, da, dee, do, da, dee, do. Key. Get ready, you're going to use do, mi, so. And G is do. Ready, play. Dee, do, da, dee, do, da, dee, do, da, dee, do. Do, da, dee, do, da, dee, do, da, dee, do. Do, da, dee, do, da, dee, do, da, dee, do. Dee, do, da, dee, do, da, dee, do, da, dee, do. After this, when we come back to this in later units, you're going to get to do the whole thing, which is why I was confused for a moment, because I've been prepping some of these later ones. So, if that was confusing just now, please tell me, because we'll do it in the group class check-in. I know we've got a lag back and forth, but we can still do something very similar to this, because I want you to be totally comfortable with this before we move on to Unit 4. So if you're having trouble, feel free to come back to that point in the video, try to do it again. Also, let me know at the check-in, and we'll do it together. Okay, review. So we're going to look at Book 2. We're continuing on through our review of Book 2, starting today with Unit 13. This is Butterfly. We're going to finish this up today. All that we should have left is the new tonality and new meter. So just a quick recap. Here's the... Go ahead and play it with me if you're ready to play this song right now, or you can listen to it once for review. Do, day, do, here I go. And I forgot to say from the music information box, do is G. Melody starts on mi. Do, mi. So, new tonality. What we're going to do is we're going to move to a different key that we've already played in minor. So we've not done G minor, so we're going to play it in E minor. So that's our relative. Do, la. And we're going to move this hand. Both hands. Let's try it. If you're not ready, go ahead and just listen, and then you can play when I'm done. Do, day, do, here we go. Has such a different feel in minor. So go ahead and pause and play that if you did not play with me. And then we're going to put it in a new meter. So we're going back to G major. So we're going to put this in triple meter. So here is one way that you could put it in triple meter. Turn all of your do days into do-dees. Do da dee do, here I go. Do dee do dee, do dee do dee, do dee do dee, do dee do, and then on the repeat. So that's one way you could put it in triple meter. Another way is to add in some repeated notes. So to guess that the first way will be less cumbersome. When you get to, if that's very easy for you, then you can start to try to add more interesting rhythm patterns. That's up to you. So go ahead and pause, do these two things for butterfly. Mark today's date on both of those and put a sticker on the front cover for Unit 13 because you are finished with Unit 13. If you're not, go ahead and do some of the rest of that stuff. There was a lot that we hadn't picked up from earlier units. And then turn over to Russian Folk Song 2. This is on page 38. And this one we have not reviewed for some time. So I'm going to go ahead and play this a couple of times so you can get this back in your ears. This is duple meter, harmonic minor tonality. La is D, and melody starts on mi. Why don't you go ahead and play that tonic, dominant, tonic, melodic cadence in D minor. And melody starts on mi. La, do, mi. So, do, day, do, here I go. Accompaniment, that walking line. It's very beautiful. So when you play this, let's go ahead and just play the melody a little bit. Bum, bum. Listen to the three tonal patterns right away at the beginning. La, do, mi, do, re, ti, do, la. Go ahead and play those three. So that's your first pattern, and then la, do, ti, la. So go ahead and practice the melody a little bit. And then the accompaniment is, or when you're playing them together, it may be easier to play it separated. Just a pentascale, up and down. So if you can, try going ahead and playing these together. If not, play this hand while I play the melody and the accompaniment together. Do, day, do, play with me. Go ahead and practice both of those. So we're reviewing the melody in this hand, certainly. Try playing the melody in this hand, just to solidify it. And then the accompaniment, and then we've got a bunch of other stuff to try adding. So pause now, practice the melody and the accompaniment, melody in each hand and then the accompaniment in this hand. Then, if you did videos with me for Unit 14, all the way back in Unit 14 in Book 2, then you may have not very much of this done yet. So certainly try connected and separated style this time if you've not already done that, the rhythm pattern if you've not already done that, and the tonal pattern if you've not already done that. That's a lot of stuff. So I think the rhythm pattern should be no problem. It's just this hand. For the tonal pattern, it's almost exactly the same. So our melodic pattern sounds like this. Mi, do, re, ti, do, la, ti, la, do, ti, ti, la, la. The tonal pattern is that without the one repeated note and without the macro beat. Mi, do, re, ti, do, la, ti, la, do, ti, la. 2 repeated notes. Whole thing. So go ahead and try those. Let me know what you have trouble with. We'll work on it together. See how much of that you can do. Any of that you were able to do, go ahead and mark down with today's date. And is that it? That's it. That's it for this part. So here are your assignments. Remember, there are a couple of assignments that we have not done or talked about together, so you're going to need to grab your assignment book. Assignment number 1. Listen to the audio tracks with this book, numbers 8 and 9. These are the 2 for Unit 4. They're getting you ready for what we're going to do next time. So that's assignment number 1, audio tracks 8 and 9. Assignment number 2, practice pages 11 to 12 in this book. That's your tonic, subdominant tonic when Do is G and when La is E. So that's number 2, pages 11 to 12. Number 3, you're looking at your keyboard skills over here, the articulation symbols. What you're doing is you're practicing drawing them and labeling them and also using them over here in the exploration, creativity, improvisation as part of your improv. So number 3 is you're doing all of these articulation symbols. Name, draw, use. Number 4 is the improvisation that's using those articulation symbols. Number 5, name all the piano keys by letter name. We're just going to keep practicing this. Keep practicing this. This is located under Keyboard Geography and Technique number 3. Locate all the piano keys by letter name. That's including the single letter names, D, G, A, C, all the things we did today. The flats, the sharps, the double flats, the double sharps. Keep on working. Number 6, review Book 2, Units 13 and 14. That was Butterfly and Russian Folk Song 2. So Book 2, Units 13 and 14. If you look down here, it only says Book 2, Unit 14. Go ahead and finish Butterfly as well on Unit 13. And then number 7 in the back of the book. So we're back this time to the tonal pattern project on page 61. And I'd like you to do project 3 and project 4. Use track 7 for project 3 and track 3 for project 4. Just like with the rhythm patterns, you needed patterns that use syllables and then patterns that use ba or bum. So track 7 for project 3, track 3 for project 4. All right, that's all. Thank you very much for joining me for Music Moves for Piano, Book 3, Unit 3B. And I hope you all have a wonderful day. Thanks. Bye.